Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm Joanna Cameron, and I want to talk today about the law of attraction and, of course, how it relates to pain. Well, the law of attraction simply is the universe mechanism of how our thoughts become the events, the things, the circumstances, the relationships, and our lives, everything in our lives. Now, if you don't know about the law of attraction, I would suggest that you watch The Secret. I think the people that are really important here are Abraham, Jerry and Esther Hicks. And I've also learned a terrific amount from reading the books of Mike Dooley. So get involved in the law of attraction. It will absolutely change your life. Now, briefly, it says that what we are innately, our spiritual people. In other words, we have an inner desire, we have an inner being, and we have a reason for being here. We are spiritual beings that happen to have landed on Earth, which is, of course, a density, and it can be a pretty heavy density in Earth here, with, in the first years, of course, many conditioned beliefs that we learn from our parents, from society. And one of those beliefs, of course, will be about pain and about many things, including money. And these are beliefs that we may take with us into adulthood. And they are, if it's not working out for you, then it's all about the law of attraction, because we all have the ability to create what we want in life. And so we are spiritual beings then, and we're born maybe into this earth, into third density, and here we are, and as children, and we learn all these things, and some of them aren't very good for us, and some of them are good for us. So how do we get rid of those things that are not good for us, and how do we make the law of attraction so that we can have what we want in life? And basically the law of attraction, if you read Abraham Hicks or listen to her fabulous videos on YouTube, it's considered a vortex. So there are two ends of the stick. There's one end of the stick, which are the things that you want, and the other end of the stick is definitely what you don't want, right? So how does that happen? Well, it's very simple. When you're in vibrational alignment with your inner being for me is my heart. And I feel it in my heart. And when I meditate, I feel that wonderful wave of love. And your inner being is your soul. It's God within. And of course, the kingdom of heaven lies within. The kingdom of heaven then is really about our relationship with our inner being, with our spirit. In my belief, we are spiritual beings in a human body rather than human beings who have spirituality. It is our spirituality which is important and why we are here. So a belief then is simply a thought that you continue to think. So if you were brought up, for instance, that money grew on trees, it was hard to get by and it would disappear and it would, and you were always waiting for the other shoe to drop, all these kinds of expressions from childhood, then that is a lack mentality. And this is not a lack universe. I mean, the universe is abundant. You've only got to look outside the windows to see everything growing. And it can be abundant for you too. And the trick is to understand when you are not in the vortex, because that has all your dreams in it, right? And once you set a desire, you're going to set the universe in motion. It's going to go out and pair you up with other people. It's going to make things happen in your life, which are absolutely delicious. Now, if it's something you don't want, and that has a vibe with it, that can also manifest. So you don't want anxiety. And of course, life is stressful. We have large to-do lists. It's complicated. And so that it's very important that you look after this, which is your inner being. And your inner being will always point you, always knows what you want, is always there to give you what you want. The only thing that prevents you manifesting what you want almost immediately is that you have resistance. In other words, you have negative emotions which are pinching you off and are getting in your way. So what's important, the number one thing to do is to meditate. I meditate every day and sometimes several times a day, and usually it takes me 20 minutes to really get to quieten the mind, because that's the function of quieting the mind. If you're in anxiety, then you need to get out of it, because you don't want to manifest what you don't want in life. You want to manifest what you want. So it's very easy, if you're experiencing negative emotions, then you need to change that. And the stories that you tell yourself are the most important. You must be so self-compassionate, and you must treat yourself nicely, because the way you treat yourself will be manifest in what happens in your life. So it's about becoming really comfortable with your inner being and feeling your inner being and feeling that love go out into your body. And of course we do that and drain that pain. So with pain, so much of pain is the expectancy of pain. Expectancy is a very powerful word in manifestation language, because it's a certain vibration. Expectancy is about your beliefs. So what's important is to understand that you can intend to let negative emotions, which in our book are pain, it is something that is in your body that can be released with intention, and then this holistic energy methodology that we have, Drain That Pain, actually allows them to go through the body. And then it's simply a question of not tolerating negative thoughts, because we don't want the pain to come back. And for most people it doesn't. And they've let it go, and they have so many dreams, they're getting on, and they've got their vortex filled with stuff that they want to do in their life. They become creative, and they become in touch with their passion, because anything that's presented with passion is that. The universe loves that. That's a very high vibe. So the message then is to look after yourself and to not tolerate negative thoughts, and yes, to drain that pain so that you can get on with your life. And let us help you to do that. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon again. Thank you.